Welcome to the Secret Cellar Green Room Podcast, the first one in the new year 2020, but we're not in the green room. Why? It's way too cold. But you know who's not cold? Our first guest of the year, Gísli Jóhann. How you doing?
Warm-blooded.
Warm-blooded, that's good.
Yeah. And I'm really thankful we're not in the green room because, as you said, it is cold.
Yeah.
Your mic stand is literally in the way. This is better?
This is better.
I need to see your eyes because you're a...
I kind of like it like this.
Yeah, do you? Well, I can't spot your lies.
Yeah.
And I know you're a sly
bastard.
A sly bastard. A sly bastard.
You're a sly bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So how you feeling? It's 2020. It's a big time. People are changing. Are you got any big New Year's plans?
Yeah, I'm going to change. I'm gonna become more dishonest.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
gonna be difficult.
I feel like I've been too honest in my life. I've recently contracted mad cow disease, so that's the new for me.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what the new year entails.
That's like people who get lung cancer but they never smoked, getting mad cow disease and being a vegan.
Yeah.
That must be annoying.
It's mostly because I ate another human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's just called chronic wasting syndrome.
Oh, okay.
It's like
well, I don't know.
I'm
not a doctor. I don't know the exact terminology for all the diseases, but whatever it is, I've got it. You know. Yeah. Toes falling off, stuff like that. Making me a little crazy.
That's great. Yeah. So this is like we've had some big changes here at the Secret Cellar recently. You've always had a regular show here, at least 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 a week.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but then now you have you host the open mic, and then your Friday show is now a ticketed show, which is a big deal for us.
Yeah. I've fallen in favor, so I've gone down to 2 shows. It used to be 3. Sometimes it was 4, even 5 back in the day. Yeah. You don't like me as much anymore.
What? Well, no, I don't think it's that. I just think slowly the other people, including myself, were able to
get a foot in the door.
Able to get a foot in the door. Yeah. We're like, this guy's getting every show of the week. Maybe we should do one.
And I begrudgingly let you.
Yeah,
but you are proving yourselves worthy.
That's true.
And you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Last Friday, I had a full room of 12 people.
Yeah.
And you had a full house.
Yeah, on Saturday.
130 people.
Yeah, it was a packed house.
It was a really packed house. Yeah. So.
But Fridays are weird, That's what Steve Martin said.
Fridays are weird?
Yeah, Friday. He said he quit stand-up because of Friday night late shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he said it's too much for him.
Fridays are weird. It's like people are like, they just got off work.
Yeah.
People who work.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Not me. But they are like it's like they just got off work and like there's like I don't know I would have thought like maybe it was just like how I drank.
Yeah.
But like Fridays used to be big, but it feels like this new age people like they're just.
I think it's also just the time of year. Like we're in that weird time to start of January because Fridays usually are pretty packed.
Yeah, they're always packed.
Yeah, but people have a different energy on the Friday.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of like blowing off steam. Because Saturday is like, okay, it's my weekend. I can take my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever out, or
both.
Or both.
Yeah.
Like if you're polyamorous, you can go on like a large group.
Or
date.
just like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2020, bro. Get with the times.
I think polyamorous is just Greek and Latin for
having a good time all the
time. Poly, many, amorous.
Whatever, bro.
Amorous is like what? Amorous is like love or good or affection. So yeah, multiple fun.
A hole's a hole as long as it's warm, right?
Yeah. Jesus. That's true. Yeah, it's better than sticking it between the mattresses like you did when you were 11.
11? Yeah.
Not me. I hit puberty late.
Yeah. How late?
16.
16's pretty late. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have any of those like really young kid masturbatory.
So how did the boys react in class when you showed up with tits one day?
They were excited.
Yeah.
I was the belle of the ball for a while.
I can imagine.
They were like, whoa, what did York get tits? Yeah, it was awful. Even my teachers gave me a hard time, but my grades went up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It was sweet. Yeah. So what's it going? What's your plan for this year? You're kind of being sly.
That's the thing. I don't like making plans, because that means I have to follow through with them. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just taking it like almost half a day at a time.
Half a day.
I don't want to go full day because like I don't know. You never know what happens afternoon. You know, so like half a day at a time. Sometimes a quarter day.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll tell you maybe what I'm doing later.
Yeah.
Can't promise anything though. Mm-hmm. It's tough. You know, you never know. You know, because like the other day I read about a guy who had everything under control. He had everything under control. He'd done stuff. Climbed mountains, like had children, read books. Then one day he goes to make a toast, has a brain aneurysm, dies.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm sure he had the whole year planned out.
Yeah, people like that happened to my cousin while I was here in Iceland. She was just at a birthday party.
And she fell down dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why plan the year?
Well, I guess the reason you plan the year is like mostly so that you can be responsible to yourself and others.
Oh.
Yeah. Because like, you know how everyone gets...
that's literally the lamest shit I've heard this decade.
But it's true. Because like everyone knows, like say someone says like, oh, okay, I'm going to take a dry January. Because like you don't drink. And people who don't drink, they always have a hard time explaining to people what they do.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, man, can you come to this party? And you're like, nah, it's not really the type of party I want to go to because basically the whole point of the party is just getting
have
drunk.
Fun. What? Yeah,
have fun. Well, no, just getting drunk. And then they're like, okay, what are you going to do? And you feel so embarrassed to say the stuff you're going to say because it sounds awful. Like you were like, well, you know, I have to finish some laundry.
Yeah.
And then, you know, those floors aren't going to scrub themselves.
They sure aren't.
And
yeah.
I was going to take a walk and just look listlessly.
That's funny. People think that since I quit drinking, I became more productive.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
Right.
I'm just way more aware
of how
unproductive I am.
Yeah, it used to be that you could fill the unproductive.
I could easily forget about how unproductive I was by just drinking myself into a stupor.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what people drink. Like I think that's one of the big highlights of drinking
is
like,
forgetting.
Yeah, and just like going like, okay, I have all this stuff to do, but I can't do it if I'm drunk. That would be ridiculous. And I'm drunk right now, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you like a little, break.
Yeah. Also, like when you're drunk, you tend to want to do stuff. Mm-hmm. So maybe like I think I did more stuff when I was drunk. I think like right now I'm just trying to. I think I've done enough. Is what I'm trying to say.
What? How old are you?
29.
29.
29. I think I've done it.
I
think I've done enough. I think it's like smooth sailing from here on out.
No?
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that.
You don't?
No.
Well,
I think it's supposed to be that you, like those moments of anxiety before doing something that you used to repair with alcohol and then not do the thing. You're supposed to get over them and then achieve them.
Wait, you said moments of anxiety. They come periodically?
No, like it's
to you.
I don't know. I don't know if I compare. I definitely have moments of anxiety, but I know what it's like to be like, okay, I have something to do, and then that procrastination anxiety, which is different than just generalized anxiety or existential dread.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to die. That's a little different than like, fuck, I have to mow the lawn today or something.
Jeez, you're assuming I have a lawn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was doing that for the North American listeners.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone.
How many North American listeners do we have?
Well, there's at least 6.
At least 6? Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. God bless.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Canadian or?
Yeah, we have some Canadians.
Okay.
Yeah, my friend Eddie listens to every single one of these podcasts.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Nice,
he's in
Eddie.
Toronto right now.
Right now?
He's in Toronto, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good on you, Eddie.
I knew him in Saskatoon, and then he moved to like Montreal, Toronto, and he just like messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I love your podcast. I really like that one with that fat bastard."
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought he was talking about Artnar, of course.
Oh.
But yeah, no, he just meant Andrew. He thought he put on weight.
Oh, that's the fat Scottish bastard. Yeah.
But he didn't say Scottish just because in Canada we don't differentiate ethnicities.
Oh.
Because a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian.
And a Scottish person, yeah.
Yeah, see, like that's a big thing that you notice in Iceland. It's not that people are racist, it's that they're very aware of who is them and who isn't them.
Yeah.
Where in Canada, like you'd never like walk up to someone, look at them and be like, you're probably not Canadian. Because anybody can be Canadian.
Yeah.
But in Iceland, it's homogeneous.
Oh, very much so.
So people go like, if you can't speak the language and your skin's just not pink enough,
yeah,
you're probably not Icelandic.
You're probably not, and you shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. Is our belief.
Yeah, that's the Icelandic belief. That's what I like about Icelanders is they're not racist. like Americans. Like an American will see someone and be like, "Hey, you stupid Italian bastard, why do you got powder puffing out of your shoes like a loser?" You know, they'll say stuff like that.
Yeah,
they'll be racist.
Yeah,
but like Icelanders will just be xenophobic.
Yeah,
they don't want outsiders.
We just say, "Go home, you Italian bastard."
No, they'll be in an Italian restaurant like downtown here, and you'll go to serve them food, and they'll be like, "Why is this menu in Italian?
Yeah.
Why is there an Italian person making this food? Why can't I get my Italian food from an Icelander like I want?
Yeah.
Icelanders should serve me everything, and I want my menu in Icelandic." It's like, I'm sorry, like tagliatelle isn't an Icelandic word. Well, it will be. I'm talking to the word commission.
Yeah, right now.
And we're going to call it tagliatelle. And it means the same thing, but now it's Icelandic. Yeah. Because they can't handle any word changes, which I understand, because the language would die if you allowed word changes. It's too small.
Probably, yeah. And it should, rightfully so.
Yeah, you're an anti-Icelandic.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You're against the language. You think it should die? You believe in like a kind of like a globalist believes in like a one world government. You believe in a one world language.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You've kind of mentioned it on stage.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go into material. I know you guys do that on the show, but I'm gonna steer off. But
the only people who've gone on material on this show have been Davith. His whole interview was basically just material. I was like, man, are you doing your hour set right now?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, he has a good solid 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, he never does it on stage here though, because he doesn't want to intimidate the other comedians.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can't be both the boss and the boss.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be boss and boss.
Boss and boss.
Boss and boss. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think it would just make things easier. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would make, but then you wouldn't like what I've learned is that some of the personalities people have is because of their language.
It's just like, it's also like, I think like if you can't really talk dirty in a language, it shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And Icelandic sounds weird if you talk dirty in it.
But some people like it, probably.
Who?
I don't know. Probably.
Who? Show me. Show me these people.
People are having babies all the time.
And not from talking dirty.
I'm sure there is some.
I think it's...
I'm sure there's some... it's kind of like, it's also kind of like, because they say like...
Making babies in Iceland is like a contact sport. You know what I mean? You bump into someone in a bar, they're pregnant.
Yeah.
Not me, though. I don't think I'll ever get anyone pregnant.
Yeah, you're worried that you're sterile.
Not worried. Pretty sure. At this point, yeah. It might be the mad cow disease, but...
Well, we don't... It's not mad cow disease. It's chronic wasting syndrome.
Sure, that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, because mad cow disease has to come from the invertebrates or the vertebrae of cows. But you did not eat a cow, my friend. You ate a human. The long pig, as we call it. In the
long pig?
That's what we call it in the cannibal community.
In the cannibal, yeah.
We call human meat long pig.
Is there an initiation ceremony?
Yeah, you eat human flesh.
Oh, okay. Check.
Then you're a cannibal. It's a really quick initiation. It's like, hey, do you want to be a cannibal? Yes. Okay, you have to eat flesh though from a human. And then afterwards, refer to it as long pig.
As long pig, so you don't...
It creeps people out. Hey, sir, what type of meat would you like with your dinner? Long pig.
Sir, this is an Italian restaurant.
Oh, great. You have to say that in an Icelandic accent. I'll be pissed. This is an Icelandic. Oh. Yeah, so you're a cannibal. Where were we?
Yeah.
What the hell just happened? Your ADD is like spreading onto me.
I think so. Yeah. I've been noticing it more after I quit drinking.
Yeah. 9 months ago.
9 months, yeah.
9 months ago today.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty big.
I think.
This is like your alcoholic baby.
This podcast?
Yeah. Like this is you giving your sober baby.
Yeah. It's been one term. No.
3 terms.
3 terms. Yeah.
It's come to full.
See, I've never had a baby. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You think you're sterile.
I'm pretty sure I'm sterile.
Yeah, and that's because you've dumped a lot of loads.
Dumped loads.
That's the way to say it.
That's the correct nomenclature. Yeah.
It's pretty close to the correct nomenclature.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I noticed like yeah.
I think I've cum buckets. Yeah.
Cum buckets.
Yeah.
Buckets of cum.
So and no one's pregnant so far. Mm-hmm. And it's been at least a handful of ladies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it speaks for itself.
Maybe. But also, like we were saying, maybe there could be something about the fact that like people are attracted to people at different times of their hormonal cycle. And maybe you're the type of person that when a woman is ovulating, you're not attracted to her and she's not attracted to you.
That sounds 100% right.
And it's more like just before they have their period and just after they have their period that you seem to be in the sweet spot of their like amorous, their love, their attention. But as soon as it starts cycling up and that hormone starts spiking when they're about to release an egg, then they're just like, no.
Do you think I can smell it like a shark?
I think people do smell it, but I don't know if you smell it like you don't have a sense of it like the same way as seeing the color blue or smelling onions.
No.
But I think your body can react to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the case then.
Yeah.
Might be. I don't know.
Did you ever notice that like even at the best times in your relationship that it always seemed like you're like, oh man, we're having sex like every day. We're really kind of into each other. And then all of a sudden it seemed like right away they had their period. Did you ever have like a 2-week stretch of just like sex every day with no period, or was it always like 4 or 5 days then period? Because then it could be this 100%.
I don't know. I don't think about it that much.
What?
I don't think about I don't jot it down.
No, but you notice it. You notice like if you're on a roll, you're like, holy cow, things are going great with my lady friend, and we're like really into each other. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, period. I didn't know that was going to happen, even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just, it just means showers and towels.
Ugh.
Period sex.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Getting a little turned on, but okay.
See, that's what it could be. You're just turned on by periods.
Yeah, maybe.
You could be like a shark.
I think it goes back to the whole cannibal thing.
Yeah.
It's the smell of blood.
Yeah. That's what gets you on.
I think we've gone full circle here.
The full ambrosia of a woman's scent during period.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be it. Because like really, there's only a few days a month that a woman is capable of getting pregnant.
Only few?
Yeah. It's like 5 days before, because a sperm can live for up to 5 days inside the uterus, and then the egg's released, and then I think it's 1 or 2 days the egg will stay there without being shed, where it could still get sperm.
Is this an educational podcast? Because I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. I know all about this stuff.
Yeah. You had a baby?
No. I just I went to like high school.
Oh.
Yeah, I was one of those people that listened.
In high school.
Yeah.
I was just too busy dumping loads.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just learning about the load dumping process.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of a theoretician, whereas you're a practical man.
Yeah.
'Cause I hit puberty so late that like that's about the time that you get these classes in school, and everyone's just like, "Fuck it, I know what I'm doing. 2 shallow, 1 deep. That's all I need to know. That's the move." And then I was just like, "Oh, okay, let me see here. What? There's 5 fertile days before the ovum, and 2 afterwards. Okay, yeah." And there's hormonal differences between people, and then some people will have like just genetic differences where the egg will always reject your sperm, and even though you'll just never be compatible.
I think like maybe I've been hitting all of them.
Yeah. Maybe because like you do have this like self-hatred thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not what you think it is. You think maybe your self-hatred is because you haven't achieved your goals, or you don't like yourself, or there's something from your past or that happened. Maybe it's not.
Are you attacking me right now?
No. But I'm saying like, because when you blame stuff on yourself and you're like, oh, maybe it's because of my family or whatever. Everyone has a reason for hating themselves, but maybe you hate yourself right down at your gene level. And your genes just hate you. And your genes are just like, oh yeah, you're attracted to that woman, and you're like, why? Because you'll never have a baby with her, because you don't deserve to continue on. You fucking worthless piece of shit. You're like, what? And so like every woman you have just happens to have the same genetic variant that makes it so you'll never get them pregnant. And it's like your genes are like, ha, I hate you, you bastard.
It does sound like a win-win for me though.
Yeah, it's funny because obviously they hate you from a biological standpoint.
Yeah.
Because your code isn't going to be passed on, which is the purpose of life for most living things. Yeah. Until we got so conscious that we started focusing on other stuff. Like, no, the purpose of life is I'm going to be the first person to build an electric car. And so, no, I'm going to write a book, or I'm going to paint a painting. And it's like, guys, like every other living thing has figured this out. The purpose of life is just making more life. And we're just like, I wonder.
I'm just like, you're like, this is the issue, like we were talking about earlier, is like you're saying like build like an electric car, write a book. These are unachievable goals. I'm like, my goal every day is just to make it from bed back to bed without shitting myself.
Do you have what we call like serious clinical depression?
Like, I don't know, are you my doctor or something?
No, I'm not a doctor, but I've been reading a lot on the internet, and apparently if your goal in a day is to just make it out of bed and not shit yourself, that adds the clinical part.
I don't know. I don't want to get too clinical about it.
If you say like, oh, my goal today is to make it out of bed, they're like, oh, you could be depressed. But if you say the goal of the day is to make it out of bed and not shit myself, they go, oh, clinically depressed. That's big.
Or just like, I don't know, overachiever.
Overachiever. Yeah, that's overachiever right there.
Because I have to say, I've failed to meet my goals a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this decade.
Yeah.
So
This decade. The decade's just started.
I know. It's not starting off great.
It's the 8th
Hey, you asked me what I was going to do with the rest of my year.
Yeah, Jesus. What goals could it be?
Going to Costco, buying a lot of toilet paper.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't shit yourself.
So yeah, or like so I can
Clean up the shit once you shit yourself. No, but that can't be it. What would you like to achieve? That's what people talk about in the new year.
It's just like, it's so, I don't know.
Because you definitely don't like not achieve.
Is this clinical depression?
It might be. Because I think people don't like failing, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think I appreciate failing at my goals, or like say you promise someone something and you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this for you, or I'm not gonna do this, and and then you just do all those things.
You don't like doing that?
I don't like doing that.
Yeah, you constantly do.
Yeah, like you say like,
like hey, we're gonna shoot this podcast at 2:00.
Yeah. I was here at 2:30.
Yeah.
There's a buffer zone.
Yeah. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah.
See, like in science, this is what people don't get about science, especially like people in the States, is they'll be like, oh, this thing is a little bit off, so it proves science wrong. First of all, you can't prove science wrong. Science is about verifying facts to a reasonable degree of accuracy. And there's error bars.
Now you're just using big words. You were late.
I'm saying
don't talk around the problem.
On any given thing, there are error bars that are plus or minus an expectant variant. And if you notice, if I'm still within the error bars, like if I'm plus or minus an hour to a podcast, I think I should be considered at the podcast.
And I think if I'm like plus or minus shitting my pants once a day, I should be pretty successful.
Yeah. But you have 2 weekly shows right now. One of them is the open mic, which is something that like has cultivated something kind of huge here, because we have comedy classes and the open mic, and you have like 20 comedians sign up. You've even lowered it down to 18. 16.
Yeah.
Because we have so many people coming and signing up, and it's kind of built a little bit of a scene around it. And then you have the Friday show, which is your show. Are you planning to do like something? What's going on? With this Friday show, you have the Reykjavik Fringe. Everyone's being signed up for here.
And
you're developing a show. Yeah, you have to send it. You told me you sent it to me yesterday. You're so far plus or minus 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but I haven't shit myself.
That's good.
But no, I think we're just gonna keep on trucking.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty, like we refined the show a lot in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
It's now even become moderately funny.
Yeah.
Which I think is.
Yeah, I was on it last Friday, so it was at least a little bit funny.
Slightly so. I think I even heard a guy give us a slight chuckle.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge success from previous years. Loud groans and moans.
We got a lot of groans. Like Aaron Zarabi was back over the holidays, and I forgot about the groans he's capable of getting.
Yeah,
he's good. He's a groan getter.
He's a groan getter.
Yeah, I like it. And he gets irritated when they groan.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it more fun, because like if I get a groan, I'm kind of like I'm going for the groan.
Yeah.
I'll be like, haha, like is that child bride, starving or pregnant?
Which is one of your classic jokes.
Yeah, classic. Yeah. You're trying to relate to your
Yemeni audience,
Somalian friends. Yeah. You're like, don't you hate it when you can't tell if your child bride is pregnant or just starving?
Always cracks me up, but generally gets you groans.
Yeah, it's a groaner.
It's a groaner.
It's a groan joke.
Yeah, it groans on you.
Because what it does is it highlights the problem of child brides in that area of the world due to some like like these are like evil men that are doing this, that are hijacking a beautiful religion like Islam in order to justify their terrible things. And also the social inequalities that have been caused by 1,000 years of colonialism that make it so these people are starving. And I'm bringing those two ideas together into a wonderful thing called a joke.
Yeah, you do have hard-hitting jokes who do touch on like serious issues. Yeah.
Because it highlights it and it makes people go like, wow, I should give $1 a day
to child brides
so that they can.
I think that's called a dowry.
I think because like if you give $1 a day, that's for food.
Yeah,
$1
a day for food.
Like they give, it's like a cup. They say like if you give a cup of coffee a day, you can change the life of one kid. It's like on the World Vision advertisements, and when they show the kids with the big bellies because they're starving.
I don't think they should be drinking coffee.
Yeah, they shouldn't be drinking coffee. No. But, they have to be able to stay awake if they're going to stitch all those shirts.
That is true. And let me tell you, I've gotten a few shirts where it was obvious the kids were a little jittery. Yeah.
What the hell is this, H&M? This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. It's definitely cut down in the coffee in these sweatshops.
Yeah. That would be awful, though.
Or, switch your decaf or something,
Yeah, that would be terrible, though. Jesus.
Yeah.
You're like, so all the money went to food? They're like, yeah, about 50% of the money went to food. The other 50% went to buying wedding dresses. You're like, what? What am I sponsoring? It's really beautiful, though. I don't care how beautiful the dress is. It's like a lacy number. It's got an exposed back. It's really flattering.
Because, if we're going to have child brides, we want them to at least look nice on their wedding day.
Jesus. No, I don't know. I think they should look less appealing on their wedding day to kind of slow the incentive.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see your logic. Yeah. I'm going to go with your point. Yeah.
But
don't quote me on this.
But with what would be a thing that you would change about yourself? I'm trying to make this like a New Year's.
As I haven't changed enough in the past year.
You've changed lots of stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't, the thing is, we can't say the drinking thing because every podcast, every comedian has said that they either want to or are quitting drinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every comedian's been like, I've noticed that when I hang out at bars all the time with just racked with anxiety, for some reason I drink too much and I don't know what it is. And then instead of making it better, I always feel worse the next day, and then I get even more anxious, and then this cycle builds up.
It's a vicious cycle.
Where I just drink every day, and then all of a sudden I'm a miserable fat fuck.
Yeah. You said that?
Yeah, everyone.
Oh.
Every single guest has said that.
That's impressive. It sounds like it's something that runs.
No, that's as soon as I the first person, I'm like, great. As soon as someone starts mentioning drinking, every episode's gonna be like, so how long have you been in AA? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I like what. What would I like to change about myself? I don't know. I've always kind of disliked my ears.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see why.
I don't know. I just feel like You're
not taking this question seriously.
No,
I find out.
Not really. Okay, if I could change one thing about myself.
Achievable thing in 12 months.
12 months.
12 months. An achievable thing in 12 months for the new year.
How long do you think it takes to learn the harmonica?
Not long.
Not long?
No.
Okay. Is that achievable?
Achievable.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd learn the harmonica.
Yeah, so you're into blues?
No.
Bluegrass? Folk music?
Not really.
So where are you going to play the harmonica?
You can't. Is that all you can play on it?
Well, you could do electronic, I guess. Like you could do techno harmonica.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could do that in 12 months.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm just not I smoke a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I have the lung capacity for the harmonica. Honestly,
I'm not gonna give you a leading question.
Okay.
But perhaps one of the
Do you have an idea? Do you think I should? Is there something I should change?
Well, you gave a clue at something you might want to change.
Okay. Quitting smoking?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, because smoking is a really unhealthy thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We used to smoke in every podcast.
Says who?
The Surgeon General of the United States.
What does he know?
She.
He's a shirt though. She? Okay.
Is it a she?
Yeah.
No, it's a
What
heat.
do surgeons know about smoking?
What it looks like when you've been smoking.
Oh.
They cut you open and take a look.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It has to be fake news.
It's a little bit. But the problem with...
Like my grandma smoked her entire life, a pack or two a
and
day.
now she's dead.
Well, yeah, besides the point. And maybe, okay, and okay, I will admit this. She had severe arthritis before she died. Probably unrelated to smoking. Yeah. And they only had to remove half her lung. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not like only half. I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
But like the smoking thing is tough. Like I think for anybody who started smoking and then does mind work at all.
Yeah.
Because it's a psychoactive drug that keeps you alert and it makes it easier to do anything with your mind. Like if you're writing or you're performing or anything, a cigarette it both relaxes you and stimulates you at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so much better than alcohol or anything else. That's why people.
You're making it really hard to want to quit smoking, man.
I know. That's why it is hard because some people the idea of quitting smoking is so to just not have their brain the way it was anymore.
Yeah. Do you ever wish you'd never started smoking?
Yeah, because I started smoking late.
16 when
No.
you hit puberty?
No. Because I had people would smoke cigars, like those like sweet cigars that kids smoke, kind of.
What?
Like kids, like teenagers, like they'd be like they're called Captain Blacks in Canada, and so you'd have those.
Kids smoke cigars there?
Like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, you'd have a cigar, and it's like a small cigarello is what it's called.
Oh.
And it's like a small cigarello, and it's kind of sweet, and like people would have it when they went fishing or stuff like that, and they'd be like, oh yeah, when my dad takes me ice fishing, we get all smoke a cigarello, blah, blah, blah. And that was kind of the thing, but I never smoked during the day. I never bought a pack of cigarettes or anything like that. And then what happened was I met this girl, this lady who I ended up dating, and we slept together, and then when we were in bed, she asked me to light her a cigarette, and so I lit 2 cigarettes and handed one to her, and then she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you smoked." And I'm like, "Yeah, I smoke," and then I just faked it for a year, and she was a heavy smoker too, so I had to catch up.
I mean, after you didn't fake it for half a year.
No.
You faked it for a couple of times, and you were hooked.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks, but it still was she'd be like, "Hey, you want to go for a cigarette?" I'm like, "No," and she's like, "Oh, okay." And she's always questioning whether I was a serious smoker or not. And I was like, "No, I'm fine.
I just had one.
I just had one. Yeah, I feel really dizzy and I want to throw up. It was awful. Yeah. What? Sorry, that was my inside voice. I'm trying to keep my inside. No, because it was such a good moment, and I didn't want it to be because it would just because the whole thing was too it was like a movie, and it's gross already. Because now I wish it didn't happen because I'm like, she smoked in her bedroom. Like, what the fuck? But at the moment, it was awesome because I lit 2, handed it to her, and I was like, whoa, this is such a great scene. Which is how I sometimes think of my life.
Who was watching?
I know. I have this constant feeling that I'm in the Truman Show for some reason.
Do you too?
What?
You too?
Yeah. Where I do things based on what I think would be the funniest to do at that moment. So it's like, should I steal this chocolate bar? No, I'm an adult. You don't steal chocolate bars. But I'm like, but how funny would it be if I fucking...
Because I sometimes think no one's probably watching.
Yeah.
But what if there is?
Yeah.
And you may as well look cool.
Yeah.
Which doesn't it really doesn't help when I keep shitting myself.
Oh yeah. But that's that was the thing that was also people's memory of something, because something could be so things can be so fragile because nothing is 100%. Even when you're having a really good moment with someone, there could be a smell that irritates you, or you notice that there's a stain on the wall that's bothering you, or their clothes aren't exactly right. And then you'll and that'll be tied to that memory if you're not careful.
Yeah.
It could be the most beautiful memory in the world that one thing's irritating you, and then it all gets ruined. So I thought if I mentioned the fact that I don't smoke and I was doing this, I was doing this just because I thought it looked fucking cool, then she would be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And it would ruin the moment, because she was just all she did was take her cigarette and go cause she's a big smoker, and so she just went smoking. And I was like, sweet. I got away with it. I had a great moment where I lit 2 cigarettes, and now I'm a smoker.
Do you think she would have stopped boning you if she'd found out you didn't smoke? If you'd been honest?
No, because it wasn't like that. It was just, And like I had smoked-ish.
Yeah.
Like I had smoked cigars before, so it was like a huge step up. It was like a major life. Well, it was
from cigars to cigarettes.
From like once every couple of weeks to every single day. Yeah, it was a pretty big change, I would say. You know, but yeah, like I find those I get so worried about ruining things sometimes, ruining something that should be really great. Because I remember I was like kissing someone one time, and they had this horrible smell in their nose, and I think it traumatized me.
Yeah.
Because after that, anyone else I kissed for a while, they also had that smell in their nose. It made me think maybe it was a smell in my nose, but it wasn't a smell in my nose. Because I thought it could be that, where it was just me smelling my own nose because I was breathing out my nose. Wasn't that. I checked that. I asked them, I'm like, do I have a weird smell coming out of my nose? And they were like, no, your nose is fine. I'm like, okay, it's just you then. God. And then I thought for a second I thought it was an Icelandic thing. Like maybe because the first thing that you get used to when you're here is the constant smell of rotten eggs.
From the water. Yeah.
I don't notice it anymore, but when I was first here, you smelled it constantly.
And you also lived in Hafnarfjörður.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you had the constant smell of melting fish.
Yeah. I lived on the dock.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the fishing dock.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I just I was used to, and then you like smell people's skin sometimes when they just had a hot shower, and it also had that kind of smell of the water. That I don't smell anymore.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it was something like that. Like maybe Icelanders have a thing, like some Icelander ladies have a stinky nose. Like, it's just like a genetic thing that I had to just like get over.
But this I've never heard of anyone use the phrase stinky nose.
Yeah.
I think never.
No, it was just the nose, because it was just like as soon as you went to like, you're like, and then you're like, oh god, that nose. And I was like, because that was the thing that drove me crazy. It's like, how can she not smell it? It's her fucking nose. I was like, there's no way that she just walks around all day going, yeah, this is just how the world smells. It smells like something's dying inside my head.
Did you find out what it was?
No, I've never found out. It terrified me. I thought it was something wrong with me, but eventually it wasn't.
And it stopped now.
Well, yeah. Other people didn't have it. It was just like I ran into like a
series of women.
A series of women,
and only women. Well, you weren't kissing a lot of dudes, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, if I was kissing dudes, maybe I'd be able to figure it out easier. But I think like if I went to what's it called, Iceland's book. I can maybe figure out how closely related these women are.
Oh yeah, the genealogy. Icelandic book.
So just like, because I can get them, go on Facebook, find out their Canatella through looking on Yao.puntares, and then go and check it out in the Icelandic book. And if it's like, oh man, they're all like second cousins, it's like, it is a thing. They have stinky nose
syndrome.
Stinky nose syndrome. And it's just like a genetic trait, because you never know this sort of stuff.
They literally could have been sisters.
Yeah.
And well, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. And you've never smelt it since?
No, I've never smelled it since. I haven't kissed those people again though. No.
Huh.
Yeah, like this was like right at the beginning of my time here.
Yeah.
So this was like, I guess it was just bad luck. That can happen though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just so blown away. I've never thought of actually like smelling someone's nose.
No, because you smell their nose when you're kissing. Because I'm not going to breathe through my mouth while I kiss.
I always hold my breath.
You're not kissing long enough then.
No. I kiss until I pass out.
Yeah.
And then when I come to, mm-hmm. I can look them in the eye and say, "You took my breath away."
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's how it works. So this is how I've dumped so many loads.
Yeah. But you have a genetic attraction to only women who will not be able to carry a baby. Yeah. So you had like a series as well, but your series was kind of like directed through your genes, whereas mine was just random chance that I had three stinky noses.
In a row, though?
In a row.
It's amazing.
3 stinky noses in a row. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like people are different. Some people have like a large buildup of earwax.
Yeah.
There's people have like different things with their body that you just like, if you love them and you're with them, you kind of get used to.
You know what? Now that you mentioned, as a 2020 goal, I'd like less earwax.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever feel that where you going about your day and then you feel like someone slightly touching your ear?
Yeah.
But it turns out it's just a giant ball of earwax?
No, that doesn't happen to me. No?
Because like it happens frequently.
Yeah?
Yeah. Where I'll have like a small bullet.
Maybe you don't drink enough water.
No?
Yeah? I don't know. That's just what I say to anybody.
So like what I've been doing is collecting it
Yeah.
and using it as insulation
Yeah?
in my home.
Yeah?
Yeah, it works good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely. It would work. People I heard you can make candles out of human earwax.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I've been using it wrong.
That'd be gross though. Because then your house would smell like burnt human earwax.
Have you smelled a lot of burnt human earwax?
I've smelled earwax. I'm not a fan.
No.
You know? Like sometimes, like if you're like kissing someone in the ear. I don't know why all of my misadventures involve kissing. And then you taste earwax and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like no one's talking about eating candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like eating candles.
I mean, you could just put a couple like drops of lavender oil in there or something.
Yeah, so then it smells like lavender and human earwax. Yeah. No, but if you're burning it, it's going into the air. And if it's going into the air, you're breathing it. So it's just like you're eating it. Yeah. It's not like you're like, oh, you know what I feel my lungs should have right now?
I mean,
human earwax.
yeah. I mean, but by that logic, every time I fart, which I've done 4 times since we sat down,
I know.
you've been eating shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I enjoy eating shit. That explains my past relationships.
Yeah, were you kissing some buttholes?
No, I've never been a big butthole kisser. No, it's not really my thing.
Yeah, we got off track.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we were talking about earlier.
We're talking about if you could change one thing about yourself and what you would make better for the
because like with smoking, I know it's a cliche, but I just feel so damn cool
smoking
when I smoke a cigarette. I like you were talking about, like if someone's watching, I always try and look cool when I smoke.
Yeah.
And brooding. You know what I mean? Just in case someone's watching. I think that would be like a huge part of me lost.
Yeah. And it's also like, it's kind of like, I like the fuck you aspect of it. I think everyone likes that. It's like, yeah, this is going to kill me. Just try it.
Yeah, who cares if this is an Italian restaurant? I'm going to light up here.
You can tell that stupid.
The menu's not an Icelandic.
Yeah, just like smoking a cigarette, you kind of have that like, whatever, I don't care about death. I'm bigger than this. But it always comes back to haunt you eventually, so you are a little bit of an idiot for it. But it is cool in lots of ways.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it is. There's like this whole cowboy aspect of it, you know?
Yeah, and there's also like the social aspect I've talked about before, not on a podcast. I've written about, like I wrote about this thing where if you're a foreigner who moves to Iceland, starting smoking is a great idea because you can meet everyone in the smoking sections at bars.
100%.
And then you like get jobs, you can get connections, and be like, hey, I'm actually looking for someone, because it's really hard to email someone in English and be like, hey, this is what I can do, and they're like, yeah, we'd rather have someone who's Icelandic. But if they meet you in person, and you're charming, maybe you're tall, blue eyes, just sexy,
smelling their nose,
you're just like a sexy dude, then they're like, man, we want that sexy tall dude to work for us.
Yeah,
and that's how I got most of the But there is like, and there's also a communal, like people, like you can talk to people, and there's this thing where you like smoking outside. There's like you're calming yourself down while you're talking. So you have these conversations. Like people say that about drinking, but if you think about it, the conversations you have at a loud bar, when you're drinking, sure, it feels like you're socializing, but you're mostly like
they're not.
You're just like, oh, holy shit, isn't it? There's a whole bunch of hot dudes in here. I feel really insecure right now. I wish I would have done that gym thing I talked about for the last 5 years so I didn't look so shitty compared to all the other dudes in here. No one's listening to you. You're just saying this to yourself. Alone in a bar. But if you're smoking a cigarette, you actually have like a close conversation. So there's that aspect of it.
Yeah, and you can say these things freely where people hear you.
But if you're drinking alcohol.
And also... usually the guys with the abs don't smoke. So you actually have a chance of standing out.
Yeah, and you can be like the funny one.
Yeah.
Because like if you're just like there and pretty with abs, like this, you can't be funny. It's loud. It's a loud bar.
Yeah.
Then you go into the smoking section. Now I can use funny to make her go like, you know what?
Yeah, to mask all your insecurities.
Yeah. So just be like, I don't care that much about abs. I actually like this.
Yeah.
She doesn't know why. This is all word voodoo. And she's just like, oh, you word voodooed me. Yeah. Because like when she wakes up next to you and she's like, Jesus Christ.
But she can't remember anything you said, so it literally feels like a spell.
What the hell? You don't look good at all. No.
But that's true. Like, I think, like, for the past how long have we done this? 5 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we've spent most of the time in the smoking sections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing, is like, even like the comedy shows is mostly me going to a smoking section and then having 20 minutes where I'm not in the smoking section.
100%. Yeah. Because, like, even, like, and it's funny because, like, even, like, in our green room where we spend most of our time when we're here,
Yeah.
even though it's freezing cold,
It's better than hanging out with strangers.
It's literally better than hanging out with strangers.
I'm gonna go smoke in the cold room. I don't really want to hang out with you people. Okay, it's like everyone's like down there, like, oh my god, great show! You guys are so fun. It's so cool. There's a comedy club in Iceland, and we're like, no. Keep your praise to yourselves. We're going into the meat locker to smoke ourselves.
and no one's invited or allowed there.
Yeah, only comedians.
Only comedians.
Hey, can we come with you? We just really want to talk to you. No.
No.
This is a smoking section just for us, so we can hang out with the people we see every day, and we don't really like that much, but we're comfortable with them.
Yeah.
We don't know you. Get out of here. But there is a difference.
We're saying this is a joke, but this is so true.
Yeah.
Like,
it sounds like a joke.
It sounds like a joke, but we are so insecure and like in so many ways, like and just like it's like this place of refuge, the smoking area, because like I don't know, you kind of always feel safe there.
Yeah.
Like I remember we what was it, few weeks ago, month and a half ago. No, it was Halloween. We had this horrendous show where like half the audience was in here and they were in like masks and costumes and shit, and it was a nightmare show where like Thoraldur started a vote to have like the front row kicked out. and the audience voted yes, and then as the bouncers showed up, the audience realized, oh, this is not part of the set, this isn't a joke. And they were actually being kicked out, so they turned on Thoraldur and he bailed. He just said, okay, thank you, and left while they're being kicked out, and I have to go back up. It was such a nightmare show where like I was in the booth and I was going like, okay, this is just a job tonight. Like there's no enjoyment from doing the show. And I remember after the show, like, because you kind of have to face these people. Yeah, like they've sat through 2 hours of your bullshit show. You know?
Absolute bullshit show.
Which that night was. It was an absolute bullshit experience for everyone involved. and like, because like you have to, in my case, I like run up to the sound booth, get your coat. And I remember as I'm walking down from the sound booth, I can feel them looking at me. And like some people definitely want to come up and say something, you know. And this one guy does it, and he comes and he's Danish. Yeah. I remember he comes up to me and says, "Yeah, I'm a comedian from Denmark. Is your show always like this?" I'm like, no, it's like it's a pretty tough show tonight.
It's a Halloween show.
It's a Halloween show. And he's like, oh, okay. I have some notes, and he'd taken notes about like this, and he asked like if the comedians wanted to receive these notes. Yeah. And I remember like this is why I'm so thankful for this area, is because I saw Helgi Steinar walk out this door, and I said, yes, this one. And then I bolted for the smoking area where this guy's not allowed, right? Yeah. So, like, on one hand, I'm thankful for Helgi Steinar being there at that moment so I could throw him under the bus. And then also just, like, for being able to escape these situations. Because, like, I'm sure he meant well. But man, do I like...
No one feels like after a bad show, you get some Danish dude with Asperger's to go up like, I've actually noticed a few...
Comedian from I can't remember. Osberg?
Aarhus? Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, I have some notes on everything that you did wrong. Yeah. Oh, yeah? I also have them replaying in my head fucking constantly! Oh, I'm glad you noticed too. Thanks. Yeah. I'm going to go to the meat locker.
Yeah. Cool myself down.
Cool me down to the meat locker. But on that note, Helgi Steinar has a show here on Sunday.
Yeah, when is this going to be out?
This is going to be out on Friday, probably. Right? Yeah.
Probably.
Friday or Saturday. As soon as we get it, we're going to post it.
Well, come to my Friday show if it's on Friday.
Yeah. We have shows every night of the week. Monday,
Are you doing the schedule?
Yeah, Monday we have shows. Tuesday we have My Voices Have Tourette's. Wednesday we have the Golden Mic, which he hosts, is the open mic, which is tonight, but that won't matter because of the way that pre-recorded podcasts work.
And you're hosting tonight.
Yeah, Thursday is comedy night. Thursday night comedy jam with Art Nodadi.
No, it's called I Like Jam.
I like jam.
No, wait, Strawberry Jam.
Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam with Art Nodadi. Strawberry jam with Art Nodadi. And then Fridays is the Not So Secret Friday show. That's all with hyphens. Not So Secret.
Yeah, all hyphens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Saturday is the Saturday Night Comedy Showcase. And then Sunday, this Sunday, which is the 12th, January 12th.
Are you?
Yeah, January 12th, we have a spotlight series, which we have once a month where we have a comedian who does their 45-minute or hour set. And this month it's Helgi Steinar,
International comedian.
international comedian who just returned as a conquering hero from a sold-out tour in Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I also do PR. Hey, thanks, Gísli.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, this is great.
So now we just go our separate ways?
Yeah, we go our separate
All right,
ways.
cool.
This has been the Secret Cellars Green Room podcast, not in the green room. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys as soon as we can. Good night. Or bye.